Hey lemon squeezies, this ain't that a mother. I'm hoping that y'all can hear me because I have a fan set up over here to my left. My air conditioning has been out for the last couple of almost 2 weeks now. But the AC guy's on his way soon, hopefully. But in the meantime, I've been nursing this fan, and I've got a big glass of ice water and just trying to do whatever I can to keep cool. So this is actually like my third or fourth time trying to record this video. I tried to record it last night and my battery died and I got really frustrated, so I said screw it, I'd wait until tomorrow. And then I tried to record one earlier and I was sweating like a cow, so I stopped that one so that I could set up the fan. And then I got halfway through my video and my mom called, and she likes to talk forever. So I just got off the phone with my mom. Shout out to my mom, and congratulations on her new job she just started today. So boom. Okay, this is going to be my week 36 update. As of today, I'm sorry, week 35 update. As of today, I'm actually 36 weeks and 4 days. So I am only 3 days away from being full term. Thank you, Jesus. I'm so ready for this little baby to come. I'm exhausted. I'm swollen. We'll talk about that in a minute. So this week, baby BLT is the size of a honeydew melon. I'm ready to have this baby, y'all. Like I talked about it in a past video. It's time. It's time for this baby to come. So as far as symptoms this week, I am extremely swollen. My fingers are swollen. I've had to take my ring off. My wrists are swollen. My legs are swollen. My ankles and my feet. My face is a little swollen. My nose is definitely swollen. And I'm just to that point where nothing I do is helping. I prop my feet up at night and it makes my back hurt. So it's kind of uncomfortable for me to stay like that for too long. But the swelling will go down a little bit, and then by the time I get up, it's right back swollen again. So like we spent the night over Papa's parents' house. What was that? Saturday night. And I sat with my feet up that whole day. And I got to her house and my feet were a little swollen, but they weren't that bad. And she had made me some okra gumbo and some potato salad, which is the cat's meow. Like, it always makes me feel better when she makes me gumbo and potato salad. So I sat at the table and I was eating that. And before I even finished my bowl of gumbo and I went to go stand up, my feet were huge. Like, I went to go stand up. And the best way I could describe it is my feet feel like, you know how like when you cook sausage and the skin on the sausage gets really tight and then all of a sudden it busts? That's how it feels like around my feet and ankles. Like, Papa even tried to rub my feet the other night and like she squeezed them and I screamed out in pain. Like, my feet are so tight that it hurts. Like, don't touch my feet. Don't even look at them. And like I said, I've been really so conscious about them too. I had to take the streetcar to my midwife appointment on Wednesday, and I cussed this lady out. I didn't cuss her out, but I basically let her know I was not in the mood to talk to strangers. As soon as I got on the bus, she was like, "Oh, your feet are huge," and I was like, "Thank you, stranger lady, for pointing that out." And I guess she didn't catch on to what I was saying, so she said it again. And I said, "Ma'am, I've been wearing these feet all day. Believe me, I noticed I'm swollen." And she kind of meeked up a little bit and backed off. And then she was like, "You've been eating a lot of salt." And I was like, "No, I'm just pregnant and ready to have my baby. Like, there's nothing else to talk about. Like, please stop." Like, I didn't get on the bus and be like, "Damn, your knees is ashy." You know what I mean? Like, just leave me alone. Like, I'm just at that point where I don't want to be bothered anymore. And Papa has said that I have been very mean. I don't mean to be mean, but I'm just not in the mood for no BS right now. Like, for real. Like, that's just really what it is. That's me being 100% real with y'all. So, swelling, yeah, I'm over it. My carpal tunnel has been acting up. It's not as bad as it was in the beginning still, but it's definitely in both hands. On my left hand, as you can see how fat my hands are, on my left hand, all of my fingers are numb. If it used to only be my first 3 fingers, now all of my fingers are numb. My hand itself is numb, and my wrist. And then on my right hand, which was giving me the most problems with the carpal, you can even see like right here where it's really fat. All of my fingers are numb except for my pinky. And then my wrist is really, really fat and swollen. So that's even hard. Like, say if I'm trying to stand up and I need help getting up, Pop can't even like grab me by my hand or by my wrist. She has to like grab me behind my elbow and try to help me up that way because it hurts. Like, don't squeeze me where I'm swollen. Like, it feels like I'm literally gonna bust. A new symptom that I just started in the last week is back pain. It's only on the right side. Luckily, so far today I haven't had to deal with it, but I haven't really done too much. I took a shower and I've been sitting in front of the fan all day, but my back hurts, and it just feels like bones grinding together. And I've tried to like stretch it out and stuff like that, and it just doesn't work. It actually kind of makes it a little bit worse. So back pain, heartburn. I've still been dealing with heartburn. I've had heartburn like maybe 2 or 3 times this week. That's no fun, and it usually happens in the middle of the night. Excuse me, y'all. But as y'all know, on most nights I stay up at least until the sun comes up, and I'll be fine. I'll be chilling, and then probably about between 3 and 4 o'clock is when the heartburn will kick in. So that hasn't been fun. And then like you burp and it's like all that acid comes up, and that's not fun. I've been extremely tired, but it's hard for me to get rest, especially like if I'm laying with my feet propped up. I'm laying on my back, which makes my back uncomfortable. But then like as I'm dozing off, I hear myself snoring, and it wakes me up. So like as soon as I doze off, I start snoring, I wake myself up, and I'll do that about 10 times before I finally drift off to a sleep where I'm just like completely out. And then I'll sleep like all afternoon. Half the time I'm still asleep. By the time Pop gets home from work about 7:30, I'm still sleeping, and she's like waking me up like, you got to get up, you need to spend some time with me, you've been asleep all day. So I'll stay up with her. She'll go to bed about midnight, and I'll be back up again watching YouTube videos and stuff until 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. As far as symptoms, that's pretty much it. Cravings, still been craving my ice water. Donuts. Pop's mom bought me more donuts from Big Daddy's Bakery. They are so good. She bought me like the chocolate ones with the strawberry filling on the inside this time. Oh my god, so good. Gumbo and potato salad, of course. Basically anything Pop's mom will cook me, I'll eat it. Still been craving guacamole. Pretty much anything. I'll eat anything at this point. Like, for real. But sweets. I've been craving a lot of sweets. I get up in the middle of the night and make pancakes if there's nothing else sweet in the house. Chocolate, donuts, cereal. Oh yeah, that's another thing. I haven't been having to deal with constipation anymore. My constipation was really bad for the last, like, 2 videos. I'm good now. I'm not like 100% regular, but I'm a lot better. Thank you, Jesus. So some other things to talk about. We did our maternity pictures yesterday. They came out absolutely beautiful. I'm very happy with them. My photographer was the shit. Excuse my language, but he's a friend of mine. This was his baby shower gift to us. He's a photographer. That's what he goes to school for, and he didn't charge me at all. He just was like, you know, I just really want to do this for y'all, do something special. So we went out to City Park, which is like one of our really big parks here in the city, and there's a museum out there. They have rose gardens, all this stuff, and it was just as the sun was going down. We wore white. We took a lot of pictures, like with like the trees and water in the background and stuff like that. Like, they came out really, really pretty. And he was such an awesome photographer that he was like, here, let me come fix your hair for you. Here, it's time to put on more lip gloss. Like, he was very sweet to me. Like, he always has been, but as a photographer, he's really, really sweet. Very caring, you know what I mean? Like, he just helped me out a lot. He wanted me to feel my best, and like, if I was posing for a picture, he would just tell me like, you're so beautiful, and make me smile even bigger, make me glow even more. Like, Mario, you kicked ass. I love you forever for that. And then he's also going to do BLT's pictures once she gets here. So, super shout out to my boy Mario for looking out on the maternity pictures yesterday. Let's see. Papa got a new job. I don't know. I don't think I talked to y'all about this, but about 2 weeks ago, Pop was fired from her job. That crazy guy that I used to work for, that I quit on because he was stressing me and my baby out. With about 6 weeks left to go until my due date, he decided to fire Papa. And it was more or less like, oh, well, we just can't afford a full staff anymore and all this other crap, whatever. But the approach that I took was, you know, God is a provider. He's always going to make sure you have what you need regardless. And I kept Papa encouraged and just told her, like, you know, this wouldn't have happened so close to us having our baby without God already having something better for you. So within that next week, she had already gotten a new job, making more money. It's basically the same hours, which I'm not too happy about. She goes in a little bit later in the morning, but she gets off about the same time, but making way better money in a way better environment. It's a corporate situation, so it's not like a personal owner who can do whatever they want to do. And of course the other job is still screwing her around about her money and whatever, but at this point we're just blessed to have our family completely and successfully detached away from all that craziness. Like, it feels good that neither one of us work for that company anymore, and we're able to move on and start fresh with our new family away from all the craziness. So I'm extremely happy about that. I got all my pre-folds done on Saturday night when we spent the night over Pop's parents' house. All of her laundry is done. I washed all of her clothes, all of her newborn clothes, all of her 0 to 3 month clothes are washed. And I washed like a couple of towels and washcloths, socks, all that stuff. Everything's ready. It's in the drawers. It's ready to go. But the pre-folds, if y'all are interested on the technique that I use to do the pre-folds, I did exactly what Mom and Mommy Marquita did. So you could always go to her channel and check out her prepping pre-fold video. But I did exactly the same thing that she did, and they came out nice and quilty. So we're ready as far as that's concerned. And I got a lot of disposable diapers at my shower, but they're all size 1. So I only have 1 pack of newborn diapers, so I plan on using those. And then I'm not really sure. I haven't decided how I'm going to work it out, but I want to at least try to use some of the diapers that were given to me, because they, you know, they were given, especially like the diapers from the diaper cake and stuff like that. I can't really do anything with those. But my little sister Tootie may be needing some diapers in her near future. So worst case scenario, I'll just keep them and ship them to her for her baby shower or whatever. But I've got like well over 500 diapers that, you know, I'm probably not going to be using like on a daily basis, because I prefer the cloth diaper, but they're here, so I'll be using them, I guess, whenever I see the opportunity fit. Let me see. And then, okay, so I might as well go ahead and get this out the way. I was kind of trying to save this until the end of the video because it's a lot to talk about. But at my last midwife appointment on Wednesday, well, before my midwife appointment, I had my last ultrasound. Which was not with my midwife. She had actually referred me out to someone else. They were worried about the size of BLT because of my weight. She said I wasn't gaining enough weight. So she wanted me to go and have BLT checked out. Well, the week prior to that, I had gained 7 pounds. So she was like, well, I'm not worried about your weight anymore, but if you still want to go and see her one last time and get another recording of her ultrasound, you know, you could bring the DVD and, you know, get another DVD made and check, make sure she's still a girl and all that kind of stuff. You can still go. So I started to cancel the appointment, but at the last minute I was like, screw it, I might as well just go see my baby. OMG. I go to this doggone, I'm trying not to cuss so much. I go to this daggone ultrasound. As soon as they put the wand on my belly, if you're not friends with me on Facebook, you don't know this already. BLT is breech, y'all. Like, for real, she's head first. Or not, feet first. And all this time, I'm trying to figure out why I feel all this pressure under my ribs. Because her big head, her noggin is right underneath my ribs. And that's what's been pushing up underneath my ribs all this time. Not her little bitty feet, but her big old head. So BLT is breech. So I leave there and I attempt to go to a midwife appointment, but I ended up sitting at a streetcar stop for over an hour waiting on a streetcar that never showed up. Which thankfully it happened because my cell phone died. But my midwife was actually trying to call me and tell me that the electricity had went out at the midwife's office and that they were sending everybody home. I had gotten irritated. It was raining. I had had a bad day. I was extremely swollen. This was the same day that I went off on the lady on the streetcar. And so, and the only reason why I was on the streetcar is because I don't drive. My dad died in a car accident, in a drunk driving accident when I was 15. So I'm not a driver, and Papa was at work. She just started a brand new job. I can't expect her to take off and go to all these appointments with me and stuff like that. So that's why I was waiting on the streetcar, for anyone who wants to know. Anyways, I got frustrated and I decided to go home. So if I had have sat there all that time and actually got to the midwife's office and they weren't there, I probably would have burnt the building down the way that I was feeling that day. So anyway, I went in that next day on Thursday and I talked to my midwife, and basically she said that we had two options. Either we could go ahead and do a C-section, which we would schedule for 39 weeks, which my due date is June 27th. So that would be June 20th. We could go ahead and schedule a C-section and just hope that she turns on her own in the meantime. Or I could go up to the hospital where I'm having the baby, and there's a doctor there who does the versions, which is where they manually try to turn the baby from the outside, and see how that works out. So she said that she wasn't sure if the doctor would even be interested in doing it, because they normally don't do that with first-time moms, just because I don't have as much room in my uterus as a mom who's had a second or third child. And then there was a possibility that she may still flip back. And then there's also the possibility that she knows, like she may have her cord wrap or something, and she may know that it's not safe for her to flip, and that's why she hasn't flipped. So my midwife was just like, you know, these are your options. What do you want to do? You can try like different techniques at home. You can look them up on the internet. Marquita sent me some really nice links. A couple people have sent me some really nice links. I've done, you know, YouTubing and stuff like that, just to try to see if we could get her to flip on her own. So I really don't want to have a C-section, and it's not myself that I'm worried about. It's the fact that I want to be able to bond with my baby as soon as she's here. I want to be able to breastfeed right away. I don't want her to be taken away from me. But at the same time, I understand whatever I have to do to get her here safe and healthy is just what I'm going to have to do. So she told me to go home and think about it. And I've been trying a couple of the techniques to get her to turn. One of the first ones that I tried, they tell you to take an ice pack or like some frozen vegetables and put it on her head and see if she'll turn. That made me feel like the worst mom ever. I did not like that. It just made me feel really mean. So that didn't work out for me. The exercises are okay, but I spend a lot of my time by myself because either Pop is sleeping and I'm up in the middle of the night, or I'm here by myself during the day. And a lot of the positions, they don't suggest that you get into without having someone there in case you need help getting up, which with me having carpal tunnel and numb extremities and stuff like that, it's just not a good idea for me to do on my own. So long story short, my midwife calls me today. She talked to the doctor up at the hospital and she's willing to give it a shot. So she asked me what I wanted to do, and I told her, why not? Let's go ahead and try it. So tomorrow at 10 o'clock, I will be going into the maternity ward, and we will attempt to get BLT to turn. Worst case scenario, if her heart rate drops and she's not able to pull her heart rate back up again, we will be doing an emergency C-section. So just pray for me that that does not happen. That's worst case scenario. If we're able to get her to turn, at that point we'll just be waiting for me to go into labor naturally. If she is not able to turn, we'll just go ahead and schedule my C-section for June 20th. So a lot of stuff is still up in the air. I definitely plan on keeping y'all posted, even if it's just a quick little 5-minute video to let y'all know what's going on. But at this point, I'm going to try to get her to turn so that I can have a regular vaginal delivery. I really don't want to have to deal with the recovery of a C-section, but like I said before, whatever we have to do to get her here safely, that's what we'll do. So that was a lot of info, and because of that, I'm probably gonna go ahead and do my belly cast tonight, just in case something does happen where we have to do an emergency C-section tomorrow. At least I've already got my belly cast out the way. So this video is already at 20 minutes. I want to give 2 special shouts out. The first one to my girl Gabby. She had her Twinkies this week. Sophie and Michaela, they're absolutely gorgeous. I cannot wait for y'all to come home. I'm so happy for you. She got pregnant right behind me, so I'm happy for her. She has an incredible story anyway. And then my girls Jessica and Kim, they just had their baby, little baby Khalid, and they weren't finding out what he was until he was born. So it's a little boy. We're all very happy about it. He just got home, and from what I hear, he's settling in very well, and he's just a calm baby, and I'm just so happy for them. And I can't wait for them as a family to bond. So I'm gonna do a real quick belly shot, and then I'm gonna get out of here. And like I said, I'll upload something tomorrow to let y'all know what's going on with me and BLT. So let me get my big butt up. So here's Miss BLT. And none of my clothes fit anymore. Them stretch marks are horrible. But yeah, just pray for us tomorrow. Keep us in your thoughts and in your prayers. And I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Take it easy, lemon squeezies.